the home of the Berwick Bulldogs. This is WHLM AM, W282CO Bloomsburg, W234BH West Hazelton, W242CY Berwick, and W288CF Danville. Pop Radio, a Seven Mountains Media radio station. Just 1 hour before kickoff, it's time for the Coach Bennett Show on Pop Radio. A conversation with Berwick Bulldogs head coach Mike Bennett and the voice of the Dogs, Jim Doyle. Brought to you by First Columbia Bank and Trust. With you every step of the way. Welsh's Towing and Repair, towing, recovery, and lockout services. Axis Gymnastics Academy in Bloomsburg. Independence Ford, Rattle 11 in Bloomsburg. S.J. Kowalski Heating and Cooling, the way the earth intended. First Keystone Community Bank. Yesterday's traditions, tomorrow's visions. Mason's Monogram Service for all your Bulldog merchandise. Robert G. Dent Heating and Air Conditioning in Light Street. Red's Roofing, the Roofing Ninjas in Berwick. Lehigh Valley Health Network, the region's leader in orthopedic and sports medicine. The Mayo Funeral Homes of Berwick and Chickashinny. And by Wagner's Trophies and Engravables. Main Street in Bloomsburg.
Well, tonight it's the finale to the 2022 regular season as the Bulldogs take on the Cougars of Hazelton area here at Harmon Guy Stadium. Both teams are headed to the postseason playoffs next Friday. Both are hoping to either maintain or improve their seeding for those playoffs with a win here tonight. The Bulldogs coming off a 56-21 loss to Crestwood at Crispin Field last Friday. Mike, Crestwood's such a powerful offensive team, it's almost impossible to slow them down. One way would be to control the football yourself and control the clock. But you have to be able to run the football to do that, and you weren't able to do that, were you?
No, and you're right, Jim. I mean, with an offense, like Crestwood, that's single wing, like to keep the ball, run the clock. It was imperative for us to try and maximize our opportunities. Okay, and that sometimes we did, but, getting stuck behind the chains for a couple times, not be able to run the ball effectively like we could have and we have been doing really set us back. So, yeah, anytime you play a team like that, if we can't keep the ball on our side, obviously, and not allow our defense out for over 60-some plays, that's a problem.
On your senior night, you always like to go out with a bang. I thought Matt Lenzinski, for the most part, did. 181 yards of passing, threw a touchdown pass, ran for one. He did well.
Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, he played well. He played with it himself. He saw the looks that Crestwood was giving us, and, they kind of played a little bit of a different coverage against them. But, we had some wide open looks. Matt got the ball out to our playmakers, and our guys made plays.
Longest play of the night, a 72-yard pass to Rowan Slabinski. What made that play work?
Well, we've been showing our pin and pull concept, our kind of getting the ball, to Bo and Dre in the backfield. Kind of like a jet sweep. And what happened was their number 3 bit came up, and so did Schultz, number 6, came up on that side. And then we had a vertical by Slabinski, and then we also had a wheel route up the sideline with Sheptalk. And they bit up. Rowan got behind him, and that made the play go.
We mentioned seniors and senior night. Unfortunately, you had a couple seniors leave the team prior to that final game for them in the regular season of their careers. But you ended up, as a result, with 2 freshmen starting on the offensive line. Let's talk about them. First of all, J.J. Leonard. Now, he's been playing a lot for you. He's just a 9th grader. Tell us about him.
Yeah, J.J. Leonard's going to be a special player for us, okay? Yeah, he's been in the lineup here for the last couple weeks. J.J. plays with great leverage, very smart kid, plays with his hands very well. Maybe the best guy that we have on our team that plays with their hands, and just as the more experience he gets, all right, Jade is going to be phenomenal for us and I love it for the next 3 years.
And the other player, Matt Gordner, another 9th grader who got his first start against a very good Crestwood team. That's a tough way to start. How'd he do?
Yeah, he did okay, Jim. He did okay. A couple times, scheme wise, he might not, known, which backer to go for, what step, what foot to step with. But, our guys out there, Lehman Harrison definitely helped him out there and Chase. But, Matt's one of our stronger kids. Okay, and, with a little bit more confidence, a little bit more experience, he's going to be a heck of a player right there. So right now, as you see out there for us, those 5 linemen we're going to have coming back. So any kind of, experience and games that we have right now is just going to help us down the road.
Well, up next, Mike will talk defense and special teams against Crestwood. You're listening to the Coach Bennett Show on Pop Radio.
Hi, this is Cassidy from the Independence Ford Service Department, Route 11 in Bloomsburg. Does your Ford or Lincoln vehicle need service? Having trouble getting an appointment at your usual service center? At Independence Ford, we can and will take care of all your service needs. Regardless of where you purchase your Ford or Lincoln vehicle, our goal is to get you back on the road. Give me a call for an appointment today at 784-1414.
Come and get a great deal and total satisfaction.
Independence Ford, better people, better prices.
Has a sports injury got you down? No one knows sports medicine like Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Their unrivaled sports team has the highest orthopedic success rates in the region. With more than 30 years of experience, they put athletes first and provide same-day appointments. Don't let a sports injury slow you down. Learn more at lvhn.org/ortho or call 833-LV-ORTHO.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours.
Spilled your milkshake? Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up spills quicker. And each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less than the leading ordinary brand. So you can get back to your milkshake.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
At Lowe's, every pro is an MVP to us. That's why MVP's rewards members can earn bonus points on select products from brands like DeWalt, Purdy paint applicators, and GRK screws. Then redeem your bonus points for exciting rewards like tools, grills, Lowe's gift cards, and more. Join Lowe's MVP's Pro Rewards today to start earning. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts, if any. Subject to program terms. While supplies last. Visit Lowe's.com/MVP's bonus points for details. Now through 10/28.
You are listening to the Coach Bennett Show on Pop Radio with the voice of the Berwick Bulldogs, Jim Doyle.
Next Friday, the Bulldogs will enter the District 2 4A playoffs, possibly with a home game. The Dogs are 4th in the power rankings right now. If they can maintain or improve their standing, they will be at Crispin Field next Friday against an opponent yet to be determined. Tonight's opponent, Hazelton area, is also headed for postseason play. Cougars currently in 6th place in the 6A standings, involving teams from Districts 2, 4, and 11. Mike, getting back to last Friday night, Crestwood had more rushing yards against your team than any other opponent this season. Why are they so tough to stop?
Well, I tell you what, they give multiple reads, and the one thing they did, was, their quarterback. We had a system in there when we thought that we were going to spy number 6, Schultz, and for the most part, we held him in check in the first half. But with that being said, with us doing that, number 13, Shedlock, I mean, he had a phenomenal game. I mean, we haven't seen the things that he did, against us all season long. They would get the corner. We would be there maybe a step early or a step late, get hands on backs, and not make a tackle. So, it was a bunch of things, combination. We didn't execute the things that we wanted to do, and they had some big-time plays on their side.
Jaden Shedlock ended up with 105 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns. He also threw the ball pretty well. You just played Crestwood at the wrong time. I understand at the beginning of the season he wasn't doing a lot of that, but as the season progressed, he's just gotten better and better. Speaking of quarterbacks, your quarterback, Matt Lonzinski, got in at defensive end for a little bit. I did a double take when I saw that. What went into that?
When Matt first started with us, he was a DN for a couple of games this sophomore year. We had him in there. So, at times when kids needed a break or things like that, we looked over the sideline and we knew that Matt, played there, and he repped a little bit of that for us during the week. So it was kind of a no-brainer. Matt wanted to do it. Anything for the team. Matt's a great team player, so he wanted to go out there, put a couple of reps, in there, give our guys a break, and give our guys the best chance.
You're still in the game. You're down 14 in the second quarter. A critical mistake on special teams, failure to cover a kick in that second quarter. That gave them the ball at the 25, an easy touchdown for as strong an offense as they have. Those things can happen, but you don't expect it in week 9, do you?
No, you don't. I mean, obviously we had a kick, the kick right in between our up back and our returner. Okay, our returner didn't come up. Kind of probably thought it was a punt. So that's my fault. I didn't go over, once the ball goes over 10 yards, it's live. We have to get on the ball. We need to have a sense of urgency to get on the ball. And, mistakes like that happen. We know they have kids. Mistakes like that happen. So hopefully it's a mistake that everyone learns from.
Well, tonight the Bulldogs face a very talented Hazleton area team in the final game of the regular season. Later in the show, Mike will tell us about the Cougars. But up next, it's the Bulldogs Spotlight feature. You're listening to the Coach Bennett Show on Pop Radio.
Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick. The roofing experts for all of our listening area. With over 30 years experience and great rates, why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your roofing, decks, and siding, specializing in metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas. Now located in Dushore and also serving Bradford and Sullivan counties with owner Harry Titus, a supporter of the Berwick football team and St. Jude Children's Hospital. Call 570-752-4351.
As a community bank, First Columbia Bank and Trust knows the value of helping our young people dream, excel, and reach their goals. For more than 120 years, First Columbia has been committed to helping our communities prosper and our youth succeed. We're proud to invest in our youth through athletics, the arts, and education. First Columbia Bank and Trust, with you and your children every step of the way.
Every step of the way, First Columbia Bank.
Digging deeper to make ends meet? Now you can get a 26% tax credit with a geothermal heat pump system from Climate Master. Climate Master geothermal systems tap the constant temperature of the earth to provide heating, cooling, and hot water while keeping your home comfortable all year long. And Climate Master systems are so efficient, you'll save up to 70% on your energy bill. The investment in a Climate Master system quickly pays for itself. Contact your local Climate Master dealer, Robert G. Dent Heating and Air Conditioning in Light Street. Go to robertgdentheating-ac.com. Welsh's Towing and Repair proudly supports the Berwick Bulldogs and wishes them a successful year. Welsh's Towing and Repair has a long tradition of helping. You can call Welsh's 24/7 at 759-9737 if you are in need of a tow, jumpstart, tire change, are locked out, or to request them on scene if you're in an accident. Welsh's accepts all major insurance and motor clubs, and they offer all types of preventive maintenance and state inspections for cars, trucks, and motorcycles. Welsh's Towing and Repair, South Mercer Street in Berwick, and at their South Center Storage Facility, Columbia Boulevard in Berwick.
You are listening to the Coach Bennett Show on Pop Radio with the voice of the Berwick Bulldogs, Jim Doyle.
Harmon Stadium in Hazleton, dedicated in 1939, is the venue for tonight's regular season finale as the Bulldogs take on the Cougars of Hazleton area. In our next segment, Mike will assess the Cougars, who have a 7-2 record. But now it's time for our weekly feature, Bulldog Spotlight. Tonight, the spotlight is on Matt Lunzinski. Mike, it's always a luxury to have a senior at the quarterback position. How would you evaluate the kind of season Matt's had for your team?
I think Matt's done a great job for us this year. Coming into the season, we really rallied around Matt. Starting from January, Matt's been down here being a leader, showing the kids what's going on. He's been going out there. We're trying to tailor the offense a little bit more, to Matt's strengths. And, he's coming out. He's doing a heck of a job. He's making good reads. Right now, he's getting his feet wet a little bit more running the ball, when stuff breaks down out in front of him. So he's doing a great job with that. But, all in all, I think he's much improved from last year and 2 years ago, and he's having a pretty good year.
Yeah, in what respects? This is your first year as head coach, but you've been around the program, so you've seen Matt from the start of his career at Berwick. In what aspects has he gotten better?
He's been getting better with his reads, some high schools and some offenses have single reads where, they know that, we want to throw a vertical route here to our Z receiver, or we're going to throw a post to our X receiver. But, in our offense, it's tailored to a multiple read offense where, if one guy isn't open, boom, we go right down to number 2 guy, right down to number 3 guy. So we try to break it down for him, half field reads, some full field reads. And, for the most part, he's making the correct read, seeing pressure, making sure it's man or making sure it's zone, and going to the right spot.
It seemed to me in the past he was somewhat of a reluctant runner. Not so much this season. He has 6 rushing touchdowns. And unlike a lot of quarterbacks who scramble, he finishes plays.
Matt's 220, and Matt's a pretty big guy. Matt's a very strong guy, too. So, I believe probably that first touchdown that he had against Southern where, we got down in the 1-yard line and we just had him sneak the ball in. That's what we do. You get the ball down there, you're going to get behind your pads, you're going to get the snap, and you get behind your lineman. But ever since then, Okay, Matt likes to run the ball. And what he's doing, more so than anything, he's looking for contact. So he's looking for somebody, at the first down marker and trying to run them over for the first down.
I'm not an expert at body language, but watching Matt over the years, it seems like he's a person who doesn't get rattled.
No, and he doesn't. I mean, he goes out there, he does his job. He's a two-sport athlete, so he also plays basketball, and you can see his basketball skill, okay, in playing football as well. But, he doesn't get right, doesn't let things get to him. But even that, his sophomore year, his junior year, he has worked on that. So this year, you can really see that. One
tangible he certainly has is a strong arm.
Yes, he does. He does have a cannon, and that sometimes, if we can get protection for him, he can get that ball out to Spencer or Dre.
In the Bulldog Spotlight tonight, senior quarterback Matt Lunzinski. Tonight, Matt and his Bulldog teammates take on Hazleton area to close out the regular season. Up next, Mike will evaluate the Cougars' offense. You're listening to the Coach Bennett Show on Pop Radio.
Whether you've said you've had enough of the mess for years, or things have changed and you simply don't have the time, space, or the patience to cook this Thanksgiving, the Pine Barn Inn has you deliciously covered. Order family-style Thanksgiving dinner to go from the Pine Barn Inn. Simply pick it up the day before, follow the reheat instructions on Thanksgiving Day, and then relax, and maybe even watch a football game. Each dinner feeds up to 6 people with your choice of sliced roast turkey with natural gravy, baked ham with a cherry sauce, or pot roast chardonnay, along with your favorite sides and dessert. All dinners come with the Pine Barn's own house-made stuffing and gravy, dinner rolls and butter, and of course, cranberry relish. Everything you need for Thanksgiving dinner without all the fuss. Find details at pinebarninn.com. You'll find Thanksgiving Day to-go details under the Pine Barn Inn dining tab. You'll also find information about booking private holiday parties for groups of 20 to 250 at thepinebarninn.com. The Pine Barn Inn, conveniently located in Danville.
Mason's Monogramming has the largest selection of Bulldog items in Berwick. Family owned with more than 30 years experience and new Bulldog wear for every age, including masks, tees, polos, sweater shirts, jackets, and hats. They even have brand new indestructible silicone cups, koozies, car coasters, decals, and more. Shop at masonsmonogram.com for their new items and select in-person pickup or shipping right to you. Follow their Instagram at Mason's Monogram for their latest new items. Mason's Monogram service in Berwick. Let them personalize for you.
Hey, Bob.
Honey, that talking squirrel is back.
That's your last beer, Bob.
When were you planning on getting around to raking, Bob? There are so many leaves on the lawn that I can't find my nuts. What's so funny, Bob?
Nothing.
You need to call Klein's Lawn Service and Professional Tree Care. They handle lawn and tree care, landscaping, leaf cleanup, and even snow removal.
What did you say you can't find?
Shut up, Bob.
Choose Klein's Lawn Service and Professional Tree Care for your property maintenance. Follow Klein's on Facebook to set up your free evaluation today.
You are listening to the Coach Bennett Show on Pop Radio with the voice of the Berwick Bulldogs, Jim Doyle.
Tonight, here at Harmon Geist Stadium, the 29th meeting between Berwick and the jointure known as Hazleton area. Berwick leads the series 21-7, but the Cougars won the last 2, including a 21-14 decision last season at Crispin Field. Mike, Hazleton area has a potent offense that averages almost 35 points a game. It's led by senior quarterback Tyler Wolf. He's completed 66% of his passes for 1,841 yards, 22 touchdowns. Describe him to us.
I tell you what, being a 5'11" one, I tell you, he can throw and run the ball. So he is a legit dual threat quarterback that we have seen all year. Okay, so him having Shamani and Casadas, okay, on the outsides for him, having Buckman, okay, at tailback. This is a very, very hard offense, okay, to read. But at any time, Wolf can, take off with the ball. Stuff breaks down. All right, we're not on our reads on defense. He's going to take the ball out, and he's going to get a first down on a 3rd and 20. He's going to rush for. And if we play him, if we try and spy him, he's going to throw the ball downfield. So he's very effective at both running and passing the ball.
You mentioned Connor Shamani and Matt Casadas. They've combined this season for 66 catches, over 1,100 yards, and 10 touchdowns. You've faced some good receivers this season. This might be the best duo for any team.
Yeah, definitely, Jim. Best duo. I mean, Shamani's going to be their vertical threat. Okay, they'll put him on one side of the ball, opposite a trip side, and they'll throw him a hitch, they'll throw him a slant, they'll throw him a go. So we got to know what's going on with him. And Casadas, All right, he's more of a prototypical slot receiver. He'll be going in motion. He'll be doing the dirty work in the middle of the field. He'll be catching bubbles. So they try to get the balls out to these guys as much as possible because just like us, they're playmakers and want to get the ball in space.
Yeah, you mentioned their quarterback, their wide receivers. They have a terrific passing game, but they're not one-dimensional by any means. Matthew Bookman, the brother of head coach Dennis Bookman, 846 yards rushing, 8 touchdowns, 7.2 yards a carry. He's a tough runner.
Yes, he is. Just like this whole offense. I mean, this is a balanced offense. It really is. As much as we talk about the passing game, they run Bookman, great with the running game. Okay, so between Bookman and Casadis, and with Wolf, they do a great job. But, Bookman, being 6'1", 205, he's a big guy. He reminds me a little bit of Balesta, from Dallas. He gets out in space a little bit better. He has a little twitch out there. So whether he's in between the tackles, whether he's running outside, he's really going to give us a problem.
How are they up front? Obviously, they're big.
Big guys and nasty guys. These guys, this is probably one of their, from I've been here, one of their best slimes I've seen. Okay, they're big, they're nasty, they play well together. Okay, obviously, I think there's 4 seniors and 1 junior, so they've been playing together for a long time, and it's one of the better lines that we're going to face.
So it's a different test than Crestwood, different offense, but still a very big challenge for your defense.
Yeah, definitely a big challenge. With these offenses that we're seeing these last couple of weeks, they're very, very good offenses, but. We look at tape. We look at the things that we want to look at. We have to look at, and sometimes we execute well. There are stretches in that Crestwood game, that we flat out dominated that team for a series or two. But then we miss a coverage. Our eyes are in the backfield. We're supposed to be a man. We didn't execute, and then once with a team like that, you're going to be in a hole. So, definitely it's a little bit different from, an all-run team like Crestwood. These guys are being a little balanced. So, that's going to give us, hopefully a more of an edge that we can play both sides.
Well, up next, Mike will tell us about the Hazleton area defense. You're listening to the Coach Bennett Show on Pop Radio.
If you have a child that's interested in gymnastics, or if you've been practicing the sport for years, then Access Gymnastics Academy is where you want to be. Their dedicated coaches will teach you everything you need to know to perform your best, from the basics of flexibility, form, and style to advanced techniques that will improve your rhythm and style during a routine. Call Heidi Rebuck at Access Gymnastics Academy at 570-441-5969. That's 570-441-5969. Now enrolling for beginner to advanced classes at 917 East 7th Street in Bloomsburg.
S.J. Kowalski Heating and Air Conditioning sells comfort. Since 1972, S.J. Kowalski understands the importance of doing business locally. They service what they sell and take pride in customer satisfaction. S.J. Kowalski is a trained comfort specialist, a Lennox dealer, and they are Northeastern Pennsylvania's premier dealer of Mitsubishi ductless mini-split systems. S.J. Kowalski also sells and installs energy-efficient Renai water heaters and geothermal systems. Call 1-888-KOWALSKI and ask about special promotions and zero-interest financing.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and their life is better than yours.
Spilled your milkshake? Quick, the quicker picker upper. Bounty picks up spills quicker. And each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less than the leading ordinary brand. So you can get back to your milkshake.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and their life is better than yours.
Bounty, the quicker picker upper.
At Lowe's, every pro is an MVP to us. That's why MVP's rewards members can earn bonus points on select products from brands like DeWalt, Purdy paint applicators, and GRK screws. Then redeem your bonus points for exciting rewards like tools, grills, Lowe's gift cards, and more. Join Lowe's MVP's Pro Rewards today to start earning. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts, if any. Subject to program terms. While supplies last. Visit Lowe's.com/MVP's bonus points for details. Now through 10/28.
You are listening to the Coach Bennett Show on Pop Radio with the voice of the Berwick Bulldogs, Jim Doyle.
The 2022 regular season that began on the last weekend in August comes to an end, and this the last weekend in October. For the Bulldogs, it's the renewal of their rivalry with Hazleton area here at Harmon Guy Stadium. The Cougars' defense has been stout this season, as well as their offense. They've held 7 of their 9 opponents to 15 points or less. Mike, when I asked Hazleton area coach Dennis Bookman about his top defensive players, he raved about number 25, senior inside linebacker Quay been minor. He's closing in on 100 tackles for the season. How does he look to you on film?
Good. yeah, number 25, Meyer, he's all over the place. He's all over the ball. He's one of their inside backers. Okay, he does a great job reading the offense, getting inside, evading the tackles and the guards, and getting to the ball. They'll blitz him on occasion, just maybe a single foul blitz because they know that he can get home. But so he's a very tough player, and we're going to have to make sure that we know where he's at all the time.
What kind of schemes do they show you?
All right, they're going to be a 4-4 team. Actually, this is one of the teams that they're going to show us a 4-4 cover 3 look. They play some man free, but for the most part, they are stout with their defense. They don't feel that they have to do a lot of shifting, a lot of moving to our formation. So they think they have a great defense, and they have a really good defense, Jim. And so they play it very well what they do.
This might be the best secondary your team faces this season. Those people we mentioned on offense, Connor Shimani, Matthew Bookman, Matt Kusatis, they're all there. They've combined for 8 interceptions. It's going to be tough to beat that.
Oh, yes, it is. They're going to show us a combination of zone and man. They'll have Kusatis out on the zone side. They'll have Shimani backside, on any 3-by-1 sets. Bookman is going to be the free safety, loves to come downfield, loves to get involved, in the run game. So, we're going to have our work cut out for us, and we're going to need to know what we can do, trying to formation them a little bit, to give us a favorable look out there in the back end.
Also, you're going to need to run the football, obviously, with that great secondary back there. But they have given up 500-plus yards combined in games against Crestwood and Dallas, so maybe it's there.
It is there, Jim. Maybe we've fallen away from it here in the past couple games, but you're right. I preach all the time. We have to be able to run the ball. I know we have playmakers. I know we want to get our guys in space, but, if we can't run the ball up the middle, off tackle, in between our tackles, it's going to be hard, and they're just going to queue up on our outside guys. So we have to be able to move the ball, running the ball in between the tackles. But you know what, Jim? We have the line. We have the kids that can do that.
Another interesting night against a great opponent. Mike, thanks for your time and best of luck.
You got it, Jim. Thank you.
Listen for another edition of the Coach Bennett Show next Friday before the District 2 Quad A quarterfinals against an opponent to be determined at a site to be determined. Stay tuned now for Berwick at Hazleton Area Football on Pop Radio.
You've been listening to the Coach Bennett Show, brought to you by First Columbia Bank and Trust. With you every step of the way. Welsh's Towing and Repair, towing, recovery, and lockout services. Axis Gymnastics Academy in Bloomsburg. Independence Ford, Route 11 in Bloomsburg. S.J. Kowalski Heating and Cooling, the way the earth intended. First Keystone Community Bank. Yesterday's traditions, tomorrow's visions. Mason's Monogram Service for all your Bulldog merchandise. Robert G. Dent Heating and Air Conditioning in Light Street. Red's Roofing, the Roofing Ninjas in Berwick. Lehigh Valley Health Network, the region's leader in orthopedic and sports medicine. The Mayo Funeral Homes of Berwick and Chickashinny. And by Wagner's Trophies and Engravables. Main Street in Bloomsburg.